Suicide Boys, one of the most controversial artists in the underground rap genre. You most likely may know them because of their violent and their graphic lyrics on death. They are hip-hop artists from New Orleans that gained popularity with millions of listeners. However, how they formed their name and how they gained popularity is a lot darker than you think when it comes to their secret addiction. In today's video, I'll be talking about their controversial behavior and their rise to fame. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the controversial behavior of Suicide Boys. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. But yeah, just as a clarification before I get started on the video, I actually am a fan of Suicide Boys and their music. My uncle got me into them back in I think it was either 7th or 8th grade of junior high. So that's when I discovered them. And it's kind of crazy for me how I'm making a video about them. But yeah, in today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about their controversial behavior and their rise to fame. So if you guys are also Suicide Boys fans, please stick around and watch the video. So that way I could get deeper into their information and into their, background and all that stuff. So yeah, just stick around. So just keep on watching. But yeah, without further ado, grab a snack, enjoy. And let's get started with the video. Now, when looking back at their early life, it doesn't seem that they have that much heart of life in their early age. Suicide Boys members consist of both Ruby the Cherry and Scrim. Right now, I'm going to be talking about Ruby, and I'll be talking about Scrim next. Ruby the Cherry, otherwise known as Aristos Norman Petro, was born on April 22, 1990 to an American mother and Greek Cypriot father. Raised in Metairie, Louisiana, Aristos' interest in music began when he was 7 years old, playing the violin. He then played the drums at the age of 10, which he would then join bands in middle school. He would work at his father's restaurant as a waiter, which is a job he held until 2015. His interest and experience with the punk rock scene continued as he joined the band Vapo Rats as his drummer. He then left the band due to disillusion with the apathy his bandmates showed towards the future of their music.
If you'll be my jelly and together when we met, we'll make one great sandwich. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All day long, all day long. All day long, all day long.
So that was Ruby's bio. Now I'm actually going to be talking about Scrim's bio. Scrim, otherwise known as Scott Anthony Arsenault Jr., was born on April 11, 1989 in Marrero, Louisiana. He was originally inspired by T-Pain and Lou Reed to produce music, which he would then buy his first laptop to start DJing with the money he gained from selling drugs. His passion for DJing extended when he started to attend Delgado Community College, where he was hired to DJ parties. He also worked selling furniture but ended up getting fired for his new hand tattoos after 3 years. Both Ruby and Scrim are first cousins, and they both shared a close relationship since childhood. They both realized their interest in taking a musical career seriously and how both of them are dissatisfied with the direction of their lives. Then they both formed Suicide Boys, making a pact that if their musical career didn't work out, they would both end up committing suicide. In an interview with Mass Appeal, Scrim states that it was pretty much like cutting the hand, bleeding, and making a pact that there's no plan B. That if this doesn't happen by the time we're 30, I'm blowing my head off.
The pact, it was pretty much cutting the hand, bleeding, pact, this is our last chance. There's no second option. There's no plan B. If this doesn't happen by the time I'm fucking 30, and that's pushing it. If this doesn't happen by the time I'm 30, I'm blowing my head off. Because no offense to anybody who works 9 to 5, I can't spend the rest of my life.
No disrespect to anyone, but I know that this is probably the only life that I get, and I'd like to leave my mark.
So that was their earlier life. Now we're going to talk about their musical career. In 2014, they started making music with their first 3-track EP called Kill Yourself Part 1, The Suicide Saga. That same year, they formed their own record label G59 Records in 2014. That same year is when they formed their duo in New Orleans. Their discography contains a lot of albums and EPs, including ones like Now the Moon's Rising, Dark Side of the Clouds, I Want to Die in New Orleans, Stop Staring at the Shadows, Long-Term Effects of Suffering, Sing Me a Lullaby, My Sweet Temptation, and most recently, New World Depression. Their underground breakthrough came with the release of the 2015 EP Southside Suicide, which is a collaboration with South Florida rapper named Poya. On September 7th, 2018, their debut studio album, I Want to Die in New Orleans, was released. A statement that was posted by the duo's official Instagram account stated, "We started recording this album at the beginning of 2017. Initially, we wanted to write about our experiences on the road and express how our lives had become slightly more extravagant." In 2018, a rumor arose that the group had broken up following a series of ominous tweets. However, they both clarified that the tweets were in relation to personal issues facing Arsenacs and they were not broken up. In May 2019, the group would then put this rumor to rest with the release of their 6-track EP titled Live Fast, Die Whenever in collaboration with Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker and prominently featuring Korn guitarist James Schaffer, aka Monkey. In August of 2021, after a hiatus of over a year, the duo released their second studio album, Long-Term Effects of Suffering. The album was well received by fans while being divisive in the general media. In July 2022, their third studio album and 47th project from the duo, Sing Me a Lullaby, My Sweet Temptation, with its track lists and covers were all announced on June 2nd, 2022 in their Instagram post. On March 11th, 2024, the duo would announce their fourth album titled New World Depression, which was released on June 14th. In July 2019, the group would then start their first nationwide Grade A tour, with guests such as Germ, City Morgue, Trash Talk, Denzel Curry, Shoreline Mafia, Night Level, Poya, and Turnstiles as openers. The tour started with a show on July 24th, 2019 at the WAMU Theater in Seattle, Washington, and ended on August 23rd, 2019 after a show at the Shrine Expo Hall in Los Angeles, California. On December 13th, 2022, the duo would then announce a European tour that would go from March 6, 2023 to March 26, 2023. The tour featured other artists like Ski Mask the Slump God, along with other G59 artists like Germ, Shakewell, and Cheetah. While millions of fans will love their music and they would gain millions of listeners, it's not without a doubt that several controversies would get in the way of their career. Their controversy in music involved with image controversies such as their name, image, and their behavior have been heavily criticized as offensive and abrasive. Their songs often include themes and insinuations of devil worship. In 2016, they dealt with copyright infringement with a record producer named deadmau5. deadmau5 accused both Ruby and Scrim for their song Antarctica, which contained sampled parts of deadmau5's I Remember, featuring Cascade. The song was then taken down by Suicide Boys from both YouTube and SoundCloud, but then was later cleared for streaming in September 2021. Their lyrics have been criticized for their offensive and abrasive content. Their use of satanic imagery is said to be a minimum for the negative effects of money, drugs, and other items. Both Ruby and Scrim have been struggling with opiate addiction in their teens but have gone clean in the last few years. After months of drug-induced psychosis, Scrim committed to sobriety when he realized how much his habit was affecting his ability to relate to his cousin and team. "I was going to go to the grave before I ever got sober." Scrim would also state, "It takes a lot of work for me to stay sober. I was a real drug addict, you know, and it wasn't just some little cute habit that I had to kick. I wish it was as easy as just waking up every day and making the choice. I'm involved in some 12-step programs that I do every day, and the people I trust to keep around me are a good support group." In 2020, Ruby also had a similar revelation after Scrim and the team had an intervention for him. "I tried to look at the good things that I do have in my life, and I realized through my addictions and through rehab that the majority of my problems stemmed from self-pity. Feeling sorry for myself and thinking that I had it the worst in the world," stated Ruby. Their new album, Sing Me a Lullaby, My Sweet Temptation, not only represents a musical change in direction, but also a renewal of spirit and promise. This album definitely is the most feel-good album out of anything that we've done. We've wanted to offer something different to the fans, to be honest, and talk about some things that we're going through, but also talk about some solutions for that, stated Ruby. Both Ruby and Scrim are in various stages of recovery from substance abuse, including heroin. Ruby has been clean for nearly 4 years, but he states that he still uses cannabis. Scrim celebrated his 5-year sober anniversary in early 2024. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I had no idea that they had a struggle with addiction, and to me, I don't know. When I've covered Orlando Brown in my previous video, at least both Ruby and Scrim are going on rehab. But Orlando Brown, I don't know what the fuck is he doing, but yeah, it's a good thing that they're on rehab, because that way the drugs don't, mess with their brains, and that way they don't go crazy, kind of like how Orlando Brown did. So yeah, I had no idea that they were struggling with addiction during my time that I discovered them. So yeah, it's just some crazy shit. So anyways, let's move on to the outro. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you all for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not already. It would really mean a lot to me. Follow my Instagram and join my Discord server. Both of the links will be in the description below, so if you want to go ahead and join those, you can. But yeah, other than that, leave a like on my video, comment, and share, and turn on post notifications when you subscribe to my channel, because that way you'll get notified on every single video that I upload, and that way you guys don't miss out on when I upload a new video. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys the next time when I upload.